What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Rangers fans, we're gonna cut the BS. We're getting right into today's video because you gotta be joking me. Seriously? Really? Okay, so if you guys don't know, going into tonight's game against the Flyers after losing in dramatic fashion just a couple days ago in overtime, 5-4 being the final by Keith Kincaid, beautiful pass right to Jacob Voracek, and Panarin was burnt. He wasn't able to literally do anything to try to back check on that play, and just like that was an easy breakaway and goal for the win for the Flyers. So the Rangers go into tonight's game with Adam Fox and Pavel Buchnevich back from the COVID list. They were only out one game, luckily, but instead the entire Rangers coaching staff, led by, yes, David Quinn, were all out of tonight's game because of COVID protocols. So they had Braden Knobloch and everyone else, including Chris Drury and all these other guys that come in as assistants for today's game, really just be placeholders until the actual normal regime is in. And talk about a statement game. Knobloch, if you guys don't know, was the assistant for the Flyers from the span of 2017 to 2019. And talk about a revenge tour. Oh my. Hire this guy. Make him permanent. Seriously. If you want to see a Rangers team that clearly isn't worrying about line changes and the lack of chemistry from lines continuously being broken up, David Quinn, look at this performance tonight. They don't just score once. They don't just score twice. Not 3 times, not 4 times, not 5 times, not 6 times, not 7 times. Not 8 times, but 9 times they scored tonight. Like, are you joking? This was by far the biggest blowout I have ever witnessed as a Rangers fan in my many years, and I know I'm young, but still many years of being a diehard Rangers fan. This was just ridiculous from the jump. The Rangers had a second period like no other. You would think, okay, in a third period it would make sense, but they had an entire period left to play after being up 9 effing goals. It's insane. Pavel Buchnevich was a stud tonight. He had 4 points, including 2 goals and 2 assists, and Artemi Panarin continues, Breadman, to be an absolute G since coming back from him being gone for personal reasons. We all know that. I've talked about that in previous episodes on Rangers Review with Statboy Steven, but Breadman was a stud. He had 2 points on the night. But the story of the night was the guy who has been ice cold for the majority of the season, that being Mika Zibanejad. You guys know this by now. Zibanejad started off the season where he didn't have any prep time leading up to the season because he was actually on the COVID list, and he actually had COVID, and you could tell there was some residual effects. He was not in game shape right away, and there were a lot of times where people were seriously worried, including myself, of okay, it's not just him really being behind because of the lack of prepping for the season, being sick, but also he was snake bitten. Everything was not going his way, and in his first 15 games of the season in 2021, he had a total of 3 points. Now in his past 15, he's had 11 plus points, and tonight in just the second period alone, Mika Zibanejad got a hat trick and a total of 6 points. Are you joking? Zibanejad is only the second player in New York Rangers history to score 6 points in one period, and he's the first New York Ranger to score 6 points at all in a game since a guy by the name of, oh, I don't know, Mark Messier, right? So back in 1992. Zibanejad, what a great performance for him. The Rangers got an odd man rush on every split second. It was very reminiscent of the Rangers defense on numerous times throughout the season, because while the Rangers defense has been strong, there definitely have been games where I've been head scratching, either because of injuries, especially if a guy like Foxy is out. You know that's a problem because Fox is a top 10, if not top 5 defenseman in all of the NHL, and I will stand by that because not just the numbers, but the actual advanced analytics and metrics back that up. So you have it right there. But guys, Zibanejad, he actually looks like he's back. We all know the amazing 5-goal game he had against the Capitals, single-handedly winning that game for the Rangers last season. Now he has another jaw-dropping performance, and just like that, the Rangers are 500 once again this season. My prediction for this week, my latest episode with Statboy Steven on Rangers Review, was that I believe that the Rangers would go 2-1-1, if my memory is not mistaken. Don't quote me on that, though. It might be wrong, but assuming that's the case, the Rangers are currently 1-0-1 here in the week. It looks like that they're definitely in the direction of possibly going 2-1-1. So we'll see what happens. They have a tall task, back-to-back games coming up against the Capitals, but Georgiev gets a shutout. He looked very strong at times. He wasn't tested all too much, but he made some highlight reel saves when needed that really kept the Rangers awesome this entire game. They did not skip a beat. On-man Russians left and right. Seriously, it looked like the Flyers had nothing. And Alain Vigneault, finally, the Rangers can start to dominate the Flyers because, as we know, back in the past season in the NHL, the Flyers swept the Rangers. They won all 5 games against them during the regular season. I was at one of those games right around December, around Christmas time. It was either before or after, and that was a brutal loss. The Rangers gave up 5 goals that game, I think. But regardless, the Rangers currently 2-2 now on the season against the Flyers. They still have around 4 more games to go against them, so I'm looking forward to them. But what a performance by the Rangers, baby. Who would have expected this with a team and a season that has been so roller coaster? You're trying to develop young talent, and yet your young talent is either, one, not getting enough production point-wise because of either their utilization, their lack of experience, their lack of confidence, or just overall the current lines and the players that they're playing with. All those factors go in. But even in a development year, it is nice to see wins like this. They're needed. You need your top guys to step up, and it's something that the Rangers have lacked really all season long. They've had it with Breadman. He's an all-star. Breadman is easily a top 3 player in all the MLB in all the NHL. I think we can all agree, and that was evident again tonight. He's just a stud nonstop. A beautiful goal that was set up by Ryan Strome, and Strome continues to put up the points too. But you see the Rangers, they have the veterans finally starting to get going, and the last missing piece to the puzzle was Mika Zibanejad all along, who we know that when thriving is easily a top 10 center in all the games. So to have him finally bouncing back, he's been strong defensively most of the season. He's been helping on the PK. Yeah, he had a shorthand breakaway goal tonight too, might add, to start off, I believe, the 3 goals that he would have in tonight's hat trick. So just amazing overall for Zibanejad. I'm so happy for him. I'm so happy for this club. And it does make you wonder, if David Quinn is out for another game or so, are we going to see another 9-goal game? Are we going to have 18-2 games? I'm not sure. Again, I know I'm pushing it, but regardless, guys, I think we can all agree this was a fantastic performance. Definitely the biggest blowout I've ever witnessed as a Rangers fan. So Rangers fans, let me know your thoughts down below. How are you feeling after this amazing, and I mean amazing, win by the New York Rangers tonight? And yes, I know your ears are probably hearing from that. I don't really care, but I hope you enjoyed this video. That's my fan reaction. Expect more great Ranger content here going forward, or more episodes of Rangers Review. So make sure to chime in those and expect more great content overall. A lot of different things are going to be coming out as we go throughout the season, with Kravtsov coming in with the Rangers soon, with a lot of the things leading up to the deadline, beyond the deadline, and then eventually the offseason, where a lot of the fun stuff really happens should the Rangers not have a deep playoff run. But again, this could be the start of something big. I kind of doubt it. I think the Rangers are really going to be on the outside looking in, are going to miss playoffs by a couple games, and it is a development year. So I just want to see these guys thrive more than anything. They end up having an amazing run and making playoffs because we don't just see the veterans step up, but the youngsters too, and they're actually utilized right, then great. I still have huge concerns with this coaching staff, but it is nice to see that maybe Knobloch is a guy that could be part of the staff going forward, if this game was telling of anything of what we can expect down the road. So guys, let me know your thoughts down below as always, and let's go Rangers, baby.